All right. God says they need a better schematic. I went to go check, fix up some spelling, and it wouldn't let me do anything. So I'm going to delete it. And I want to talk about substance abuse. Now they're going on about people are broke and all these things because they had substance abuse. They take a medication. A lot of them take drugs, and drugs are very expensive, right? Depends on what you take. They can even be prescribed drugs, right? And then they may take too much of it, or may believe they need more of it, and stuff like that. It's a devil's number one psychology excuse to attack, right? That's what I call it, because you see it everywhere. And they go, oh, they're doing substance abuse. That's why they got no money, right? And I know a lot of people have been told that when the stuff they're using is very costly, right? And that's why they got no money. They're not actually abusing anything and broke because they need a certain drug. It's because it costs too much, right? And so they're struggling. So when it comes to a lot of that abuse area, where people think that people are abusing drugs and that's why they got no money, it might not be the drugs getting abused. It's the cost of that prescription drugs or whatever drugs they're having, right? As I know by experience in my time in my life in that area, and I've talked about it now when it comes to cigarettes, right? How the government's putting up, they're not making anything nicer. You listen to the bullshit this is saying, right? We hear a lot of stuff, right? And it doesn't really happen. It's like Elbow going, oh, you're going to get $275, right? And everyone's whinging about you didn't get, right? They're beautiful, scripted scripts that even cost money to get to there, and yet they're failing the most basic areas, isn't it? When it comes to abuse and why things are getting abused, why bad guys are able to abuse others because of the government abusing people too. See, the bad guys are getting the cigarette, they're having a problem there because it's a bigger market in the cigarettes now, because the government is also abusing. They're making more money, the bad guys, because the government's put up the cost of the cigarettes. Did you know that, Emma? Yeah. So, who's really been the bad guy? Who should know better? The government. And yet, what do the government usually do? It's passing the buck, going on about crime now. And yet, they're the ones that caused the crime. In fact, they wouldn't even have this crime now if they did the cigarette way in another way where they made it just as cheap. They wouldn't have to worry about people not able to afford to feed their kids and shit like that, right? And had it prescribed and other things and really thought about it. But what do? They just rush, do what my best mate over here, do what China says. They said I'm handsome, rush into everything, and then pass the buck to the next one, and then go, oh, that one's a failure, that one's a failure. When wasn't the government a failure because of that way they go? Hey, Emma. Yeah. When's the people going to stand up and be able to elect someone for real? When are we going to have to get a real leader that doesn't need to be in their group? How can that happen? In America, apparently, it's all about the numbers, and it doesn't matter if you're in a group or not, right? You should have to get in. Definitely if the group's corrupted. What happens when a good country is meant to be a country for everybody, and then they say they're not? We already know what we're talking about. We're having to go at other countries. How's that the hypocritical? Isn't that, Emma? Can't even sort out your own backyard. You're telling others off about theirs. Yeah, it's stupid. I get told all the time, go sort out your own shit first. Should the government take these advice that they tell us to do and whip us into line? Who whips them into line? If we try to confront them, they tell us we're dangerous, and it just is. Who's really dangerous? Who let up this extra danger? Was it the government when it comes to the cigarettes, Emma? Yeah. I can say it certainly was. They've allowed bad guys to make more money and have a sector wide open. It's crazy. Because the government are weak. And that's all I've got to say. Delete this now. It'll let me do that. Shocking, eh? And they use these things to run and abuse the system. That's what I was talking about when it comes to abuse. What is abuse? You can get technology abuse. Do you know that government allows that? Government allows all sorts of abuse to us. And they're going to start putting up the costs there too. And let the costs go to the government. What do you reckon? Because they can do whatever they want and they make money off it. They'll fix the problem that way, won't they? Ask them where the cigarette extra money went. We know why they're doing it. They're trying to shut you down from having cigarettes. And the company have a winch. The government goes, look, I've been paying. I don't want this to happen. I'll go against you. And the government goes, no, don't. Well, look, we'll give you a timer there. In 10 years, we'll hope this will happen. You put the cigarette cost up, right? You make money. You won't lose no money, right? You'll make a little extra money. We'll give you a little extra money of what you're losing, right? So it's pretty much the same. You people are getting sucked dry by the government and the businesses. Simple as that. Huh? If you check out these plans, you'll find that that's where it sits. Huh? You don't know these plans because they talk a whole lot of, you're going to get $275, look at me over here, go to work over there, be busy there, inflation here, keeps on going, doesn't it? Oh, baby, it's just like my baby's flying around now doing flat outs. Just keeps on going, makes me laugh. You know what? I sit at home and I talk about that I don't even like to talk about humans because if that's their leaders, no one. Remember how I talk about if you fix the top, you fix all down here? Well, their top is fucked. And that's why all down there is the same as their top. Huh? It's sad as all hell. It's scary. I found out the last 3 years going full spiritual and asking God and trying to find out some things, right? I need to know, right? That it's scary. And if I went back there, I didn't think it was going to be so bad. Nah. Huh? I'm freaking out more and know the world more now, gone more spiritual, and then found out nothing there can help us, right? It only helps the devil in most of those cases, until the miracle happens. Have you heard about Bible stories of God coming back, the end of days? We've got to wait for Big Daddy. We're already screwed. The bullies have taken over the school. The teachers can't handle it. So how's it going to be fixed? Right? That's the world. We need an incoming God, apparently, to fix this. That is pretty screwed, isn't it? That we're so almighty with all our knowledge and guns and nukes that we can't even sort ourselves out. That we need Big Daddy. That everyone falls to. You better pray for God because you're going to need that Big Daddy. Isn't that sad? That no country can go pray for us. Pray that we'll keep doing be righteous. Pray that we won't turn out like our enemies. Don't you think, Emma? Yeah. But you know what you will pray for? Your same repeat like you have had the last 2,000 years since you've killed Jesus. I guess, as far as I'm concerned, and I've been talking about it a lot lately, I think you're all in a curse. You're all in a curse and you can't be broken until God comes down because you killed his son and he cursed you, right? Is that what you're waiting for? Are you all really truly in a curse? I don't feel like I'm in a curse. I feel like I can go the way I'll just... Can you? But when I say these type of words to the people around me, they throw rocks at me. They say I don't have cystic fibrosis. So how can I communicate with these people when they're lying? They say I was on their property trimming down their trees and yet I videoed every time I trimmed out. So I didn't I, Emma? I could show and tell these people I've got a video, but they don't even care. They don't even want to see. So how do you fix such people, Emma? You can't, can you? Except run away yourself or let them sit in the problems they are, which I guess what God would be doing. He's got all these other planets out in the universe, right? You send out a disc of hooty-hooty-boodle, like this fucking clip, right? A bullshit, because if aliens turn up, and I've already talked about that, you know what would happen. So you pretty much send out a disc going to the bad guys if there's any out there, because the good will leave you alone and go shit and laugh at you. And if the bad species find that they go, shit, look how many people we've got, let's go cult them. Isn't that terrific, Emma? I'm going to put a thumbs up. Did you think that sounds terrific? Yeah, but they made it a big thing and even got me when I was younger. I went, oh yeah, but then I realised what the world really was, and they should already know what the world really was. And yet they sent that out? What, they're hoping that there is a bad guy because they don't believe, and when he turns up, what are they going to say then? You know what I mean, people? What were they thinking? Some alien species will be smarter than us, like they do to humans. They're smart humans, and they get done over by these stupid idiots and blackmail and their muscles and shit. Right? Do they think that aliens are going to turn up like that show, Battlefield Earth, where, oh, we got killed, and now I'm speaking to you and giving you information because we had the almighty fuckwit Steve Owls to come and showed us how to make money by hurting people. What do you reckon? And we were stupid, we were too loving,
We got rid of all the weapons because we thought we were the only ones in the galaxy and no evil person will turn up and our holy words will get rid of them.
No! It doesn't work like that, does it? Now, where was he speaking? He's a hologram now in that show, right? Teaching a human something. Because the other bad guys, the aliens that turn up to this planet because you this, fucked them over. What do you reckon? In fact, they'll do a better job than us. I laugh about it all the time. I say, bad guys turn up. Well, in a way, we deserve it. God will even let it go, wouldn't you think? He'd be like the in Stargate, the good aliens, and be like, oh, they broke a treaty, and we can't step in. What do you reckon, Emma? Right? Little green man can't step in.
You were the fifth race and you fucked it before you got there. Shit. What are you doing?
You think it's cool?
Shit. You couldn't wait long enough? Oh my god.
What do you reckon? Anyway, I think I've had enough fun having a little blab. You know why they send me things? So I can have a little blab. What do you reckon, Emma? Would I have done this blab more likely if I didn't get a reminder of bullshit that I can't solve? And I'm being asked and go, can you send me some things that I'm going right, something I can fix and do, and I understand and I can do. You know, I've got cystic fibrosis. Shit, I'm doing all this already. And then I get reminder notices. What would you think? Let me know in comments. Would you go, shit, that's God going, Colin? Work fucking hard, mate. Pull it out of your rectum. Sell some shit. Go way more backwards. Even though if people listen to you and watch some videos, like you've talked about in court sectors and all sorts of, you would have money because you'd have to go do other things. But no, these demons, they're pros and they've been doing it since Jesus. And they were doing it before and they're still doing it now. Right? There's no difference. Perhaps they've got better toys, but if you go back in history, we've had and lost things over millennia. Because we repeat. Because we're unsustainable. The things we're doing are unsustainable. Right? Anyway, have a good one. See you later. Just before I go, what have I loaded up today? You know what? Because of all what I just said, unless they have a change of heart, someone in this group, someone along the line, I'm going to be sitting here doing this for a millennia, which I wouldn't want to do. Right? I've already come up with a few things that I need to do, including a Robocop move if I need to, where I pull my fucking head off. You know what I mean? Because you can't keep on doing what they believe you should keep on doing out there, people. Because you might be actually in the image of God, a good one, and you are mankind, but there's this alien that looks exactly like you. It's a fucking snake. And it ain't mankind, it's man does my shit for me. Right? And I'll be as lazy and it's unfair as fuck. I push a button, go on a beach walk, and then I'll tell only my little group of snakes how to rip off you sheep over there. Innit? Then I'll have another system that's just like me, called YouTube, to show it. They're not as bad as me, but they're just and then another one will make money, and that's what you call all working for the devil. I wouldn't be in such an era. In fact, I'd have to shut down such things if I was the owner of YouTube because of the education I've got about righteousness, and I am righteous. And I believe I can make money being righteous, and I don't need that unrighteous bullshit. They do, because they're already unrighteous so much that they're desperate for shit. Or they just love so much money and they really don't care, which is just as bad. So have a good one and see you later.